Citizens of Aereo, welcome. Welcome back. We're here. We're live. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the 5th edition of our Holders Frenzy Tournament. We've got a $3,000 prize pool up for grabs here today in our final broadcast of May. We will be back June 7th for the next Titan tournament. But until then, we've got Titan action headed to you right now, right here. I'm Nugget, joined today by Ross. How's it going? He's up there.
Hello. It's so good. It's so good. Hey, Nugget. Hey, fam. Hey, TitanArmy. What's up? Yeah, Holders kicking off today. Going to close out May with a bang. Pretty pumped. Brand new patch, whole bunch of new stuff. We're not going to know all the scrolls. We're not going to know all the effects. But we're going to have a good time getting through it, seeing some new stuff. So all the new visual effects look so good.
Yes.
That's the part that immediately strikes me after a new patch. I'm like, ooh, that scrolls animation looks awesome. So pretty pumped.
Yes. Pulling up my notes of the patch notes as we speak.
I need a cheat sheet.
While we get those players loaded up. We got 2 brackets to finish off before we crown an overall champion. We got best of 3s all day for you folks.
All day.
Joining here. Our first matchup.
Yeah, go for it.
Our first matchup here to crown the top of one of our brackets here. We've got Shiznix playing the Spike Titan. Piquant? Don't know. We'll find out. If you don't think I knew how to pronounce that name, their opponent has every character on a keyboard. I think they just wiped a hand across a keyboard. But we've got Aloe playing their Sky Titan QX TAF. The DKL. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah, we got
QX.
Spike versus.
That's what we're going for.
QX. Spike versus Sky. We heard a lot of. I feel like people are enjoying the Spike new ability. I haven't seen it really to the highest level, so it'll be fun to see it here in bracket finals. Sky has been good for a long time. I did hear slight rumblings that that Attack Sky has taken the throne from Agility Sky. I don't know if it's true. That's just what I hear.
With the new surge mechanic and the new elemental ability with Sky, it's pretty spicy.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it here. We've got Prodder and no offhand for QX. So definitely, I mean, it looks like maybe it's like a hybrid type Sky with this agility at 19. But otherwise, weaponry-wise and the scrolls we've seen so far in turn 1, leaning towards attack. It's not a Spike, it's a scroll stealer. Yeah. So if you guys had not heard, Spike has a special ability here that makes your opponent discard scrolls that are left in their hand, which is leading to some spicy games so far. Again, from what I hear, I haven't played it myself yet. Piquant healing back up 441 to 450. Nobody really in a hurry to get this thing done. We do see those new surge meters raising up
and creeping up.
Yeah, you can see those surge meters under the what am I saying? At the top, underneath the health, which is the green bar, the mana, which is the blue bar, and now we have this surge meter, which is the red one underneath. When that maxes out, we get to unleash a special elemental ability that is different for each Titan element.
True damage as well.
Damage, that's right. It's multifaceted. It's surgerific.
Surge-tastic. Lots of updates to scroll costs, damage, lots of things, lots of quality of life improvements as well. Man, look at these! Look at these new animations too. My goodness,
that run for cover where the three little pillars pop up and it's literally like the Titan's
ducking
like,
and weaving.
let me get in there.
You can't see me.
No escape. Speaking of great animations, that is one that was voted on by the community. The giant talons from the sky, and here we are, our first tournament. First here, folks. Reign of Titans first ever surge meter max out for QX. And we're going to be able to see the Sky ability here, which I'm pretty sure just Sky gets to resolve all their scrolls.
Run for cover. Ooh,
not that one. Look at that. Claw swipe gets eaten up by a little disrupt from Piquant.
Flaming arrow.
Healing nature. Piquant trying to stick around, it seems. Ahead in scrolls by a long shot. QX going to have to either get this thing done or call it a day when they get to the bottom of their pile. Hey, I says, I kind of wish one of the claws would just stomp on a Titan. They're massive. I mean, now that we have those claw assets, we could apply them to different animations, you know? Claw stomp.
Very true.
Brace for impact. Piquant, again, trying to stick around through the end of the scroll pile. QX pushing 133 attack.
Hiding place.
The Alchemist, though.
Piquant
just says, I could not care any less. Soul Search going to be the last scroll in the bucket, and it's looking like QX going to have to concede. End of game, no scrolls. Piquant takes game 1 of bracket 1 finals.
Cruising along.
Yeah, I mean, we were yapping a lot through that first game, but I feel like that's how Piquant is going to play the game. Like, I think that was sort of slow and steady, stay alive, let my opponent just play all their scrolls, catch you at the next bracket type of Titan. Which is cool. Like, we haven't really had... I mean, we've had stall builds in the past, right? Where you're just trying to have one scroll left when your opponent has 0. But we've never really had the like a build that was intentionally trying to, get your opponent to throw away as many scrolls as possible.
Right. It's never been a win con. It's been a lose con.
Hey, Skog, what's up? What up, chat? How you guys been? Daniel's here. Hey, MHR, Tushar is here. Ads in the building.
Ignore ads. They're just here for the animations. Nobody talk to them at all. Nobody say anything. Chat.
Pick them apart. Pick them apart. All right, here we go. Game 2, bracket 1 finals. This is a best of 3, which means Piquant just needs to win 1, and QX would need to win 2 in a row. Speaking of controversy, that scroll right there, Fury Aura, a massive attack increase. You do have a slight defensive debuff, but when you're playing Attack Sky, or when you're playing Dawn, getting plus 35 or something attack. It's something wild. I forget. Someone posted it recently and said, "Look at the efficiency on this scroll. Kind of wild." Which it is. Here we go.
That perforate scroll also did 92.
Also
still comfy. Everything is
pretty wild that we see the surge meter for QX already up to 7. This is turn 2, folks. This is turn 2. So depending on how you build your Titan, you can now sort of dedicate some scroll slots to that meter, especially if you really enjoy the look, QX is trying to finish this thing right now. Earthquake Smash with another sweet animation. Shattering the floor. 84 damage. Alchemist just in time for Piquant. QX knows that they cannot let this go. Like, the shorter this game is, the better for Sky, of course.
Much comfier position in terms of scroll count here, but that surge meter is online for QX. Can they take advantage?
Doop, 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 doop. I like how it flashes like a ticking
Mm-hmm.
time bomb. Holy tail strike for triple digits. It's a
Wow. Yep.
smacky.
106. Shrapnel for 68. Goodness gracious. That hiding place better do some work.
The Pierce, is it over? 87,
87.
and it is.
Yes. Yes, indeed. We've got a game 3.
That was fast and that was furious. We didn't even need to drain the old surge meter. Just let it keep flash and let it get crazy. And QX ties it up 1-1 here in bracket 1 finals. I mean, they know sort of how each other are playing now, right? Like Piquant has a dedicated game plan, as does QX. However, maybe now's a good time to mention players can switch between their 2 pre-created decks. So each Titan now has 2 pre-created decks. You cannot change your decks in the middle of the tournament, but you can switch between the 2 that you came into the tournament with. So I don't know that either one of these Titans is going to be making an adjustment, but it is something part of the deep layers of strategy in this new patch for Reign of Titans. It is crazy. You just switch gears like this. Just switch gears.
Switch gears, switch weapons. You have a brand new opponent in front of you, and or you now have a brand new strategy to try to take down this opponent in front of you. Very interesting. Really dynamic changes, along with having to navigate the new effects and a bunch of new scrolls on top of that. Not only do you have to predict a potential of 2 different builds, but also you're still acclimating to the new resources that the entire community has. Love me some patch note tournament days.
Yeah, I mean, this is the single largest patch in the history of the game. I feel like the next largest update that we had was a lot of UI and visual things, and this is definitely like deepening the strategy. I'm gonna say times 3, 4, or 5. Like it's a multiplier, chat. 65 new scrolls, new abilities for each element, reworking some weapons and some scrolls as well, new video effects. It's a wild time. 2 decks per Titan. Guided arrow. Back to the match, though. This is game 3, people. This is the end all be all for this bracket 1 final.
Who's going to move on to our grand finals?
Piquant able to find those
defense already,
yeah, and able to find a lot of the healing already, which was lacking in game number 2, as their stat bar just got deleted.
Yeah, QX now surge bar full. I'm scared.
Surge bar ready to pop. 55 defense for Piquant, though, in a good spot, at least, to weather the storm. No escape. So good every time. 106. The bird smackies. Earthquake smash. Another great animation. Shatters the ground. Hiding place. I mean, just one after another. Just one after another. Great scrolls and great animations. Well done, art team. Piquant's got to be puckering up here. 105 defense. It doesn't matter. Still getting whittled down under 100, but hangs on for the next turn.
QX been burning through scrolls, though.
Yep, they do get to resolve first. I mean, Sky has been known for 99 damage, but for 40 mana, not sure. It would be a stretch. I would be impressed if they translate this 40 mana into 99 damage, but I'm here for it. Piquant taking 29. There's the run for cover. Gonna up the do something. Run for cover does something, of course. Mana drain. Piquant gonna make sure QX only has 40 to deal with next turn as well. Revitalize gonna keep them alive. Mana well, though, from QX going to settle the score on that mana regen end of turn. Piquant healthier than they've been the past couple turns, anyway.
Yeah, 125 with 40 mana. Not sure if that's in the books.
Yeah, if they couldn't do 99. I mean, they tried. And again, almost earning their Surge meter about twice as fast as Piquant.
Oh, disrupt. Gonna be big. Run for cover will dodge. Oh, the prank. The prank was huge to get
That
stuffed.
prank, though. There's a purification, but not a whole lot of debuffs to wipe away for QX. But they're down to 3 scrolls. They got to just be scrapping. Do they have 86 in hand? Eek! We will find out. Piquant trying to hang in there with 10 total scrolls.
Ooh,
Fury Aura,
Fury
that's
Aura
not
comes
going to
out.
do it. But it is going to maybe set them up for the hammer. 110. No, Piquant healed just in time.
Just in time.
QX has
in
one
time.
scroll.
One scroll. They get to resolve first. Surge meter online as well.
Oh my, so many layers. Ogres have layers. Piquant. Stick a lot. Whirlwind spin.
New Sky Scroll as well. Hits
Curtains.
for 114. Just a little bit of extra credit. And that's it. QX takes it.
That was wild. Wild amount of damage from the Sky Titan. And that is it. 2-1. QX going to grand finals.
Aloe, well played. Shiznix, well played as well. Aloe moving on here to our grand finals. Fury Aura right before to boost those stats. Pretty clutch.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that the last 2 scrolls were that and a whirlwind spin, which I don't know the base damage on it, but dealing 114 in your last scroll is pretty spicy. Piquant tried everything they could to stay alive there, but just didn't have the juice, the anti-juice potentially.
The
bug abuse,
anti-juice.
Yeah, people are saying there is some controversy on the old Fury Aura currently, but all will get hammered out eventually. As Ad said up in the chat earlier, at least we didn't update just before Titan Tournament. You're welcome. Imagine.
True.
I mean, I played today. I didn't have a chance to build anything. I literally played my Titans as they were last week. And thank goodness Sky is still good. Yeah, thank goodness. And Dusk got drained put back up to 30%. So
yes.
It feels stronger. It feels like you're not. I felt like last patch, Dusk, you had to ride the fine line of death and life. And I feel like at 30%, drained feels a little bit more like I don't need to be thinking about healing all the time. I can just think about it,
especially with Shadow Veil, the new elemental effect, reducing the health cost portion of scrolls if your health is below 50%. So makes your management a little bit more manageable.
Imagine playing Agony for only 40 health. Instead of that fat 80.
Yeah, 80's rough.
Yeah, giving away 80 health is pretty wild. Also, I mean, imagine. Well, I guess does it work on Blood Magic? Because Blood Magic is technically a different type of payment.
I think it's a different payment.
I mean, it still has 100 health as the payment for the scroll. So let's just pretend you can pay 50 health and gain 200 health. Pretty sick. Speaking of pretty sick, this is bracket finals of the second bracket. Nugget, you want to read off these matchups?
Yeah, we have Sankey playing Eludra, the Poison Titan, and BBT playing the Sea Titan, Mad Sea. Go figure. Interesting weapon setups here.
Yeah, I've played against actually both of these elements in both of these setups. So this Sea Titan probably can kill on turn 2 if they draw properly. And the same sort of thing for Eludra here. If they get those 2 fish scrolls, the Merlin weapon scrolls, You can really abuse. You can put your opponent in the tightest of tight spots just by blasting their mana bar. As you can see, Mad C's mana bar is maxed right now, and it is part of the game plan for Aludra to use that overflow damage to their opponent's demise. Yeah, poison was maybe had the effect that first struck people as something that was going to be really good. I feel like it's an effect that people have been thinking, like mulling over in their brain for a while. Is like, if I could just turn that end of turn damage into direct damage, like because a
Yes,
lot of
the
the
new
times
hive
poison had been sort of
mechanic.
running out of time. They were building this big combo, and then it just sort of like was a combo. It didn't necessarily have any closing power, but as we've seen in the past month or so, poison is on the up and up, people. Riptide 2.0, eh? Yeah, speaking of Riptide, I mean, Riptide used to clear off some mana debuffs, and now there are lots more scrolls that clear status effects. If you
Speaking
guys
of,
haven't done your reading on the new scrolls, that is one sort of like overall thing that has been added more to the scroll pool, is a lot of wiping away of buffs, debuffs, etc.
damage over time, anything.
Yeah. Mad C at full health and only half mana bar. Melt It All might be the starting place here of something wild with that offhand weapon. A classic, if you will. A tried and true.
Alchemist pops for Aludra.
And there's Purification to, again, clear off the debuff, which was really just bringing their defense down.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I have a potential desync here. Going to try to get these players back in action as soon as possible. You guys remember those times where we didn't have a desync rejoin? You guys remember back in my day?
No, not the back in my day.
Back in my day,
Ross.
if somebody disconnected, it was like essentially game over.
Mm-hmm.
But players going to have a full minute to try and get this connection reestablished, and maybe we have. Maybe I Grandpa jinxed it,
Looks like
the DC
end-turn
notice has
ticker
gone
is going,
away.
so
what's it gonna be? The last 13 scrolls for Aludra and 16 for Mad C. Entering sort of the mid-game, if you will. Arcane Gambit. Sweet scroll name. The Volcor Strike, again, the other half of the offhand weapon there for Mad C.
mm-hmm.
It does seem that our connection is not excellent, but as long as the players can play, I'm not too worried about it.
Mad C was sitting at 130 magicka there for a second. Spooky. We've got also Aludra's Surge Bar here online.
Oh, yeah, that's wild. This could be pretty big turn. I mean, right now, not a whole lot of DOT damage, but there's Deadly Gas, which is one of the...
Stacks on some more.
Yeah, humongous end of turn damage additions to the scroll pool, dealing 30 over 3 turns. And there it goes. Surge meter back down to 0 for Aludra after activating at the end of that last turn. Just damage on damage. But Mad C, so healthy. So mad healthy right now. But look, the stacks are still there. Mad C going to take a lot of end of turn and a lot here from Swarm Attack. That's a big attack.
One. Yep, there's that special poison effect there. Hive dumped all of that damage over time that was building up on Mad C converted it right into damage that turns.
That's
Juicy
beautiful.
smacky. And now
Beautiful.
Mad C here in the orange. Close to their surge bar, though. Only 3 more points until that is online and active.
Yeah, I feel like C's ability, people not as excited about, because you have to have your opponent in a mana deficit for it to be
Yes.
effective. But it does translate that mana deficit into damage, which is pretty cool. It's pretty hard to get people in a mana deficit, especially at a certain point in the match. Like getting that to line up timing wise, someone's going to prove me wrong and be like, "Look at this." But as for now, it is. I wouldn't call it the lowest hanging fruit in the newest patch. So
More
big damage here from
drowning.
Tsunami.
Yep. And 1 Year Storm.
Yeesh.
Hits for 68. Aludra here, under 100. Mad
Under
C
100.
Surge Bar, very, very 1 point away. Will get unlocked after this turn, but will the game last? 5
Yeah.
and 4 scrolls remaining, respectively.
Everybody's looking at what they've got. You know, there's no secrets here.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be Siren's Song. An interesting scroll these days with a lot more mana nanigans. Not enough mana to play Aludra's scroll. Gets sent back to the hand. 2 scrolls left for Mad C. Only needs to deal 60. Okay, and as I say that, Aludra heals for 40. 2 scrolls versus 4. A tense one here. Decisions. Lethargy damage for at least up for both Titans here. No scrolls played. A little game of scroll chicken, if you will.
Okay,
Aludra daring Mad C to take it.
Yep, there's the drink acid. Aludra now in the lead for health. And and we're seeing the concede from Mad C.
The concede?
Yes, the surrender goes up.
Yikesers. I mean, that was the way that it was going to be. I think that if Mad C had the tools to make it happen, they wouldn't have conceded. But
right,
we'll never know what those last 2 scrolls were. It looks like Twitch chat and us knows what was left in Aludra's hand. Wild times. That can of worms. We'll have to wait. C is nice, though. Yeah. Man, I got slapped so hard today by C Titan. Holy cannoli. It's funny. I lost to a C who could have ended my life in like 5 scrolls. And then I lost to a Lava who literally ended my life in like 5 scrolls.
Yeah, Lava's new effect, too, just like stacks on the smackies. Molten Fury.
Yeah, there must be someone on the dev team that really loves Lava, is all I gotta say.
You get true damage? You get more damage?
That's right. What could we give to Lava that would sort of set it apart from other more damage? I think it should be more damage.
Yeah, right. That makes sense.
I mean, it does make for a good show. That's for certain. Again, people, we're on like hour number 79 for the new patch. So there is so much undiscovered, unclaimed territory right now. But this tournament it should be called Holders Frenzy, low hanging fruit of the new patch. People are definitely gravitating towards the things that are sort of on the surface level looking really strong. Which, most of the time, the way that this type of game works is a new patch comes out and people just play the most damage, straightforward craziness. And then those control people come out of the woodwork. They're like, I'm going to manipulate everything about all these damage mongers. So we will see the pendulum swing. Ooh, there's no stall. Oof.
No
Oh my
stall.
God. Mana overflow wildness. Aludra.
Wow.
All going to plan there. Says, I'm just going to smash your mana bar up to max and make you take your medicine. That was wild.
No stall also has that new effect, getting you a bigger hand, right?
Yeah, open palms.
Yes.
Draw an extra scroll into your hand. Pretty sick. So yes, some hand manipulation now introduced to Reign of Titans. There's also the opposite of that, which the word is escaping me currently. Bind, there it is. Yes. Bind takes your hand size down by 1. So really good effects, especially in a game like this where you can only play a certain number of scrolls per turn, and you don't draw scrolls if you don't play scrolls. So hand manipulation, very, very strong in a sort of a closed environment, I should say, like this game is. Ad says, "Don't worry, she'll take care of whoever this lava lover is on the dev team."
Great. Good to know. Good to know.
Run for cover. Pew, 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 pew. I love those little stone pillars. Oh, Titan Meditation. Speaking of scrolls, really making the news recently. That scroll, when the patch dropped, I think the price on Agora Market increased by like 50 times. 50x in price or something like that.
Yeah. New exponent.
Oh, Deadly Gas. There's that humongous damage over time. You do have to pay 80 for it, but to put 30 damage 3 turns in a row, that's a lot of pressure to put on the opponent, especially when you're maxing out that surge bar, getting ready for the damage dump with Hive.
Yeah, Hive coming in could makes you be much more wary of that poison damage stack. DOT's always been a problem. We've seen it clutch out a tournament and or brackets many a time, but now the looming threat of 140 damage falling on your head.
Yeah, funny to see Mad C playing 3 mana recovery scrolls that turn after they saw, initially had to take so much mana overflow damage, but once you know you've sort of dodged that bullet, you can then be safe to play your mana drains and your meditates and your mana well. Get crazy on the mana bar, but Aludra is built to, what am I trying to say? Like collude in that way.
Yes.
So definitely a risky business here. Mad C going to want to spin this down as soon as possible. Just in case there's some of the Merlin scrolls just rolling about. 1 Year Storm, just some damage. I like the purple rain. I don't know if that was intentional in terms of being purple exclusively, but I dig it. I dig it, Art Team.
Ooh, Sonic Boom hits for almost smacky.
Honeypot, watch out. Danger. Doesn't quite max out the mana bar.
Yeah, trying to get Mad C closer to that full max mana bar.
Because it's still 2x, right? If every mana point that you overdraw, it's 2 damage? Or is it two times the damage? I don't remember what the actual equation is.
I feel like it can't be a multiplier, can it? I mean, actually, we've been having big numbers, so.
Heavy rain again. Are they just going to close this out? Mad C, Tsunami. It's got to be over.
Yeah, 119. That'll do it.
Tsunami. That scroll's been busted for a minute, and here we are.
Yes.
119, though. I feel like last patch, it felt a certain way because it cost 0. But I think it was sort of it was a transition patch to this new one. And so I think some of the things that didn't necessarily make a lot of sense in the last patch sort of got like retroactively cleared up with this new patch. They were from the future. They were scrolls from the future, chat.
Sent to us in our greatest need.
That's right. All right, we're going into game number 3. We're going into game 3. We are tied 1-1.
Yes.
Are we going to see some deck switches? Are we going to see some weapon switches? Are we going to see the same run back saltiness? We shall see. We shall see. Kill that stall. I mean, do we need to kill anyone?
No. Let the Titans
can't we just say like that Titan 3691 fainted, like some other games. Regardless, here we go into game number 3 of bracket 2 finals. Reign of Titans, Holders Frenzy to end the month of May. I cannot even believe we're at the end of May.
I know. Insane.
Spring has gone so fast. Here we go. Oh my, we do see a little, a minor switcheroo here. Yes. Aludra playing with the second wind shield offhand instead of I think they were playing Oaken Shield. I think they were playing Oaken Shield before this. It was a different shield, chat. Wise Blessing.
No less.
I do like the new animation for Wise Blessing and Arcane Charge. It's like they gather energy from the earth, funnel it up into a death ball. Oh my, speaking of funneling it up into a death ball, pow for 103. Yep.
Nice smacky there. Out the gates from Mad C.
I'm telling you, this C could get it done quick if they draw perfect.
Deadly Gas. Gonna build up that DOT very quickly. Lots of red rings next to Mad C there. 40 Magicka starting to build, though, on Mad C's end.
Does anything specific pop in your mind when you hear someone say red rings? I'm just curious if this dates me or if maybe we're all on the same page here.
That definitely dates some of our viewers, yes.
I'll just let that simmer. If anybody in the chat wants to entertain me, Red rings, classic.
A Microsoft fan.
Titan Meditation, there it is. Mana Drain, again, Mad C just daring Aludra to play the Merlin Scrolls or to play Honeypot or to play No Stall. Just getting that mana bar pumped up, but pretty quickly spinning it back down. Aludra already at half health, not where they tend to, ideally sit. We'll see if the second wind switcheroo pays off. I can't imagine they're doing it for the agility, so it must be that they need a little bit more mana themselves to get the job done. Second wind, most obviously, a gorgeous gold weapon. Shout out to the gold weapon fam. Manuel going to keep Mad C healthy in that regard. Second wind also going to be a mana boost. And then a mana drain to top it all off. Aludra saying, mine.
Give me all of your mana. And the major recovery.
Give me it now.
To round things out. Melt it all. Gonna boost that Magicka. What is Mad C planning? What are you plotting?
Yeah. What sort of madness do you have for us? Probably just like another 500 damage coming our way. Aludra gonna react first here with 23 agility. Mad C sitting on 50 Magicka is pretty scary, not gonna lie. 105 is obviously enough mana to get some work done this turn. We got another DC notice. Yikesies. We'll try to get these players connected and back with us ASAP.
Send the vibes. Wheel. Send strong Wi-Fi.
I'm beaming it over now. And now for a word from our Nugget and Ross. That's what we got. We're trying to get us.
We got a sponsor for this Holders Frenzy for Volume 5 of the Holders Frenzy. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Twitch had a lag spike. Interesting. I like how we switched back to the stream and Nugget is over here like sending the vibes. Send the vibes. Chat, maybe it's a good time. Oh, well, maybe it's not. I think we just got connected again. But if you have not visited the YouTube channel and watched the animated series of Reign of Titans, the web comic, that's right. Get over there and watch that. I think we're all the way up to like episode 5 or 6 now at this point.
Yes,
blow it
the
up.
Finale for this arc has debuted.
100 Magicka for Mad C, and it's done. Aludra maxing out the word that starts with S. Surge. The surge meter. It worked. Yeah, that's right. It was thanks to Nugget for sending the Wi-Fi.
Yay!
Through his own Wi-Fi.
Arcane Charge.
I mean, building 6 scrolls left. Mad C's got just trying to scramble right now. Hydro Punch will deal a chunk of damage. Mana Chalice going to keep him healthy. Lethargy from Aludra says, I'll just wait my turn. At 167, tempting fate here. We've seen Mad C throw up some mad numbers. And at 50 Magicka, it's anything is possible.
Yeah, that's very achievable. Very achievable.
6 scrolls total for Mad C, 10 scrolls total for Aludra. Whew! Spicy meatball. Mirage is not going to catch an alchemist.
Or meditate.
It's in fact not going to catch a meditate either. It's in fact not revitalize. Swing and a miss. But Mad C not having to take that lethargy damage for not playing a scroll. I mean, you know, there's a bright side. There's a silver lining here, chat.
Yeah.
And still sitting on 50 Magicka. So just waiting for their time to strike. Aludra definitely waiting for their time to not strike, if you know what I mean. What's it gonna be? 4 scrolls to deal 300 damage. Honeypot gonna blast open the mana bar of Mad C, which, I mean, is gonna be more used for the healing, I think, than the mana exploit. 4 scrolls versus 6. In bracket 2 finals. This is game number 3. Winner going to grand finals. Loser going back to the bench, you know? Hitting the showers. Health totals only off by 2.
At this
Scroll totals only off by
hilarious.
2. It's a close one here, people.
Yeah, Aludra
Surge
doesn't
off
really
by
have the
5.
time. Yep. Not enough time or resources to build up like a big heavy hive activation. Mad C feels comfortable.
I have a sneaking suspicion that neither one of them can close this out.
Mm-hmm.
Like 332 and 334 as of last turn are big numbers to do in 5 scrolls for these 2 elements. I mean, C can definitely do it, but I think that those scrolls have already been played for the most part by C. Sonic Boom is a fairly large scroll. And there's the surge meter maxing for Mad C with 2 scrolls left. I mean, I can't see them getting Aludra into a mana deficit here at this point in the game.
Right.
Heck, we've seen them concede with 2 scrolls before. It's 2 scrolls to 4. A slight health win here for Mad C. They're also higher though in mana. Ooh, gonna spend a bucket of it on Volcor Strike. I just don't know if it's in the cards. It's all going to come down to what are these last scrolls. I mean, we've seen a last scroll victory from the Sky Titan last match. Chronic. Oh, look at the slime. I love it. The Chronic Disease, which does have that hive keyword, but didn't really have much end of turn damage really stacked up. Overflow damage is going to suck. Yeah, it's gonna Someone is going to be dropping it like it's hot pretty quickly here. Have we seen the final disconnect? Is this one?
You know what's dropping like it's hot? This connection.
This connection is dropping it like it's hot. Speaking of dropping it like it's hot, make sure you take a screenshot and drop it like it's hot in the proofs and submissions section of the Discord. Get yourself some free titanium, which everybody needs titanium right now to buy all of those brand new silky, soft, smooth scrolls. And the grimoire. It just might be over here. 17 seconds. Oh, okay. Returning. Beep, 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 beep. This just in from our team on the ground. The Titans are facing off with one scroll left to go. Mad C gonna deal 178 damage. Oh God, here it is. This is the move. Fish stab to start it off. Then no stall. 52 damage, and then the lethargy, and then the mana overflow.
380. What? For
380, chat.
Excuse me.
That was the boom we've been waiting for. Chat, I don't even know if my Titans have 380 health.
Is that like the special secret move that you get when you do 3 desyncs? Like that's the charge up, that's the solar beam.
I think that was the fatality. It was like a finish him, and then the fatality comes out, and he's like, I'm gonna honeypot you or no stall you for the 380 damage after taking the 10 lethargy, after taking the actual damage over time damage. So it was actually like over 400 damage on that at the end of that last turn. Wild.
Well,
wild.
Great job. Moving on.
Eludra's going to the grand finals to face off against super fast Sky Bomb, Sky or McSky. Well, I forgot the name already. Oh, QX. That's right. QX.
Yes, QX. Played by Aloe. So we'll have a Poison versus Sky battle to finish things off and claim our victor for this edition of Holders Frenzy.
Shriom, by the way, first time chatter. Thanks for being here.
Oh, hey.
Guys, if you haven't liked the stream yet, follow. If you haven't followed the stream on Twitter, or if you haven't subscribed to the channel on YouTube, feel free to do that right now. Also, this is Grand Finals. You've only got a best of 3 left today. So make sure you take that screenshot, post it in the disco. Get yourself some free titanium. We starving.
Easy peasy.
We starving. 2 brand new weapons as well. Speaking of things that you need to buy.
Yes.
2 brand new weapons. There is what is it? It's a dagger of sorts. Stiletto, something stiletto.
Yes, stiletto and a bow.
Yes, and the bow of darkness, or I'm butchering it, I'm sure. Phantom stiletto, thank you. Phantom stiletto and Nightshade bow.
Yes.
Production team right on time to bail me out. If someone could just be feeding me my lines, that would be great. Let me just talk you guys through all the different elemental effects and all the brand new 65 scrolls and cue teleprompter. We're going to need some help. It's going to take some time to learn them all, chat, but that is the fun part. Considering we have tournament action every single weekend in June. Is that true? I want to say it's true. I'll believe it. Put an asterisk if you want, chat. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Ross, I noticed you've been drinking out of 2 different cups during the broadcast today. Yes, because what's better than 1 coffee? 2 coffees. 2 coffees. Also, big shouts to Memorial Day for all the people celebrating out there. It's a holiday Monday in the U.S. anyway. Lots of people get off work, which is pretty cool.
Travel safely if you're traveling.
There it is.
4 streams in June, but not all 4 weekends. We're having a double
Aha.
affiliate on that
Double
Saturday and
affiliate.
Sunday.
That's
Yes.
right. And here we are. The Titans are in, locked and loaded, ready for grand finals of this Holders Frenzy. We've got Aludra, the Poison Titan, and we've got QXTEFO7 UZDKL, the Sky Titan. Also, Aludra with the Swapperoo. We see them playing with Coded Dagger here instead of Merlin. I also don't think QX was playing with Tri-Tip Spear and Thorns, or I think it's Thorns or Spike Glove.
Had
so
the
maybe a
Tri-Tip
full-on
Spear,
switcheroo.
But that is definitely not the same offhand.
Prickly Punch, speaking of, brand new action here for Grand Finals. Both players, again, being able to make these strategic moves between battles is crazy. You can switch your deck, you can switch your weapons. And you can totally change sort of the whole flavor of your Titan mid-set. Cool. Dynamic gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
This is game 1 of Grand Finals. So Aludra, it seems, I mean, in my opinion, and maybe this is just too many things, but in my opinion, Aludra may have switched decks because if you're not going for the mana overflow big boom, then you don't really, like, your deck doesn't need to be built that way anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a tip off here, if you switch, especially main hand weapons, if you switch main hand weapons, you might be going for sort of a totally different strategy. But only time will tell. I don't know their deck list, obviously, off the top of my head. But it would seem to me like if you weren't going for that sort of niche strategy, you would play a sort of a more well-rounded deck. I don't know, chat. I usually win like one match in a tournament, so these people have been playing all morning and dominating the competition. They know what's going on. Interesting matchup. I agree. QX maxing out the surgeometer. The surgeometer. Somebody stop me. Diving for prey still hits hard. That's a timeless scroll.
Tail strike. 94. Ouchie.
Also
perforation hit hard.
Oh my goodness. Just tacking it on.
Gosh, Aludra. Okay. The Alchemist just in time, but still.
Quick save.
And then damage over time, bringing our health totals very close, actually. Aludra finally has just a bit of agility. Still has that trap keyword on them. But 63.
QX 63 attack.
Yep.
And still plenty of mana. I mean, that's the one thing that sort of is consistent here with Sky is that even with their new scrolls, it's just like a barrage, scroll after scroll after scroll, because they're relatively efficient with those agility or attack based damage scrolls. Aludra under 100. Danger.
Yes. Ooh.
And now 0 defense. Titan meditation. But shrapnel.
That clutches it. Just a little bit of shrapnel. Goodness.
Just a little bit of shrapnel.
That's all you need.
That is wild. And that's the game. QX takes game 1 of Grand Finals and is 1 game away from being crowned Holders Frenzy Tournament champion. Aludra going to have to win 2 in a row. Yeah, I mean, will Aludra switch back? That's we could definitely see the Merlin switch. I don't think that their game plan was. I don't know. It's hard to tell. 1 game later, they are choosing not to switch. We can see it now live. Aludra still playing with Coded Dagger and Coded Dagger and Second Wind. I mean, that was just a crazy turn there from QX. Second to last turn, dealing 300 damage in one go.
Yeah, onslaught. They had that 63 in the attack slot. Might as well go for it.
And there's a great scroll to start with for QX. 3 turns of agility and attack buffs.
Strike
a canceled scroll as well.
Yep. Whirlwind spin, new scroll for Sky, gets hit, 81. Second wind finally coming out. Eludra's scrolls finally getting resolved here. And man, the buildup of Surge with this particular Sky arrangement really quickly.
Yeah, I think that's part of the meta of Attack Sky is that with this Attack Sky build, you just play more Attack Scrolls. Like that sounds very surface level, chat. But what I'm saying is, it sort of compounds, right? The Attack Sky has always been a sort of deck type that we'd seen, but now when it compounds with this Surge meter so well, it definitely tips the scale, I think, and others have said. Claw Swipe, speaking of, Attack Scrolls. Those are the red ones, chat, just in case you're new here. Diving for Prey.
Ooh. 101.
Oof. But no mana left. QX starving now this turn, only getting the default 40 regen in the mana bar. That's the blue one there at the top of the screen. Eludra hit that plus 100 from Alchemist last turn. Otherwise, they'd be, I don't know, half bar.
Definitely
mana drain. QX.
Gonna need that.
Gonna need that. Gonna spend every last bit of that. Agile
Also
defense. Eludra gonna get back some mana.
Earthquake Smash comes out from QX. Hits for 90. Purification's going to wipe away all that DOT.
It wasn't as juicy as it could have been. That could have been... I mean, Purification in this matchup is, I mean, I would say relative game changer, depending on what the build of the poison is. But that was probably as free as it could have been. Eludra getting bailed out by not having too much over there. Now, it did get some, but we have seen some juicy purifications, and that was not necessarily the one. More Stone Pillars. Mana Well, QX, going to be gaining a little extra for 3 turns running. Prickly Punch. It's a great scroll. It does bump the Surge meter, and it increases your attack. Like it's...
Ooh, Fury Aura here for QX. Huge. Deadly Gas
Huge.
As well.
Yes, everything is ramping up here in the mid-game.
Oh, and Surge meter is online for QX. Oh, no. I'm scared.
Beep, 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 beep. It's like target acquired. It's like ready to unleash.
93
attack.
Ugh.
But I mean, look at the other. What am I trying to say? Status symbols for QX, like one Hive drop, and we could really see some wildness from Eludra as well. 59 coming out from Guided Arrow. Throw Poison, just tacking it on minus 75.
Tri-tip Pierce does 109. Oh my god. Hangs on with 14. Is there another scroll?
What's the last one? Perforate.
101 into 14 health. A little bit of extra credit.
That was a statement. That was a statement right there. GG's. And that's the ball game, folks.
That's the ball game.
Best of 3. It's over. Holy cannoli. The main hand weapon, Tri-Tip Spear, getting some traction here. Some new fans today.
Congrats to Aloe. Well played in your bracket and in those last grand finals matches. Well done.
Well done indeed. That's, I mean, again, we said it earlier, but we have barely scratched the surface on this new patch, chat. People are going to be unpacking this thing for a long while. If you're just now getting into Reign of Titans, it is a great time to be on the ground. If you are a seasoned veteran, it is a great time to be on the ground because it is ripe. The battlefield is primed for the next, however long. GG's indeed. They are queuing up another game, but we are done already, people. Best of 3 is done. Oof. Chad, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks
Monk
for
Fuego
joining
didn't
us.
say hello to you yet. Shinlong, thanks for being here. Queen, I see you out there. All my Twitch homies, if you're watching on YouTube, we also appreciate you. But yeah, we'll be back. We're gonna call it a wrap on May.
Little bit of a break from streams. The next time that you guys can see us and join in for some crazy tournament action will be June 7th.
June 7th, a beautiful day. It's gonna be a beautiful day, of course, because it's the last day of school is June 6th for me. So June 7th will be an all-around celebration, and what better place and time to do it than right here on Twitch with Nugget and the rest of the Reign of Titans fam.
If you're needing more Titan action, too, don't forget the webcomic is live. Reign of Titans webcomic, getting more of that amazing lore. The series finale of the motion comic has just dropped, so head on over to YouTube, check that out. If you need more info, as always, head over to the Discord. And that's all we got for you today. Thanks for joining us. I've been Nugget.
Well, are we going? It looks there's some consternation in the chat. Just want to clear this up before we sign off. The players are playing, and the chat is saying best of 5. Ha ha. Well, what do we got here? Oh, well, we're just gonna
come to India. We could do that. Ross,
come to India. Yeah, just
win,
short trip. You know.
Yeah,
short trip. Yeah, let me just check my schedule. Yeah, we do know big things happening around that way. Being AJ, welcome to the chat. Glad you're here. Yeah, I think we're getting official word that this game is not official. Official word that this is not official. This is just a show match, a victory lap, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to stop playing. That's true. And Nugget and I just generally don't ever stop talking. So, but I guess we should. 7th of June.
Come to India for June 7th. Sorry.
Wait, when did the Creators Showdown got rescheduled for June, right? I think.
Oh yes. Now we're just spitballing dates here.
Okay. Yeah, we're just getting some extra clarification here, people, about best of 3, best of 5.
Yes, it is a best of 3, so our champion has already been crowned. Our players are just locked in.
That's right. Again, just a little show match here, and it's a good one. Look at the way this is shaping up here, people. It's kind of crazy.